Although Pittsburgh is viewed traditionally as a conservative town, there is a mysterious element in Pittsburgh, brought mostly to Pittsburgh by the Irish. Some of the things we're going to discover in this video are two locations of mystery. One location will have what we affectionately call the 3 G's: ghosts, ghouls, and giants. Another location will have crossroads, vampires, and time travel. Pittsburgh is a beautiful city. But Pittsburgh is also a mysterious city. From the book Monster on the Allegheny and Other Lawrenceville Stories, we learned that Lawrenceville was incorporated into Pittsburgh in 1868. Lawrenceville was founded in 1814 by William Foster, who named the town after Captain James Lawrence. In the basement of the Lawrenceville Carnegie Library is the tombstone of an Irish child. He is the Irish ghost of the Lawrenceville Library.
I'm the staff librarian here at the Lawrenceville Branch Library, and this headstone has been here in the basement as long as I've worked here. I've worked here 3 years. It's the headstone of someone named Henry, who lived to be 1 year and 3 months.
The headstone and Irish soul of young Henry Shoden are in the library. Henry's parents came from Ireland to Pittsburgh in 1821. His father worked as a grocer in the city before he came to Lawrenceville. Henry, his parents, and his 5 siblings were all buried in Lawrenceville. The ghost of Henry, he is definitely around, and so are the remains of several hundred bodies that are buried under this monument in the back of the library. On the library grounds was once a cemetery for 500 legally and 100 illegally buried people. When the cemetery was moved, bodies were missing. Ghouls had stolen the bodies. What was found in the graveyard were the remains of giants, skeletons of beings several feet taller than most men. Ghosts love being with knowledge. This is why they are in libraries and computers. Computers can be used wisely by Irishmen.
On the computer, you can take a guided tour of Ireland.
Ireland.
Irish people have always gone to crossroads to make important decisions about their lives. Answers to tough problems are often solved at the crossroads. Unlike humans, vampires do not find answers at crossroads. If a vampire is killed, he should be buried at the crossroads so that he searches endlessly for a way back to life. Crossroads at Freeport Road and the on-ramp to Route 28 just outside of Blawnox is an area for time travel. I, Michael McAuliffe, an Irish American, traveled back in time at this crossroads on my way back from work in Harmarville to my home in Aspinwall in the summer of 1980. Time travel. Traveling back in time. Traveling from current day back to your youth. Time travel. Traveling back through time. My time travel experience was over in a flash. I went back to 1964 and then back to the correct time and date. I hope you always get what you want at the crossroads.
I'm Chuck Bowen.
And I'm Mike Striley. Together we make Striley Bowen.
Windsor Castle's burning, Windsor Castle's burning, Windsor Castle's burning down. Tell me how long will the red sword of Cromwell be wielded over Ireland? Have not all the good knights in their fine armor gone off to the dust of their graves? Windsor Castle's burning, Windsor Castle's burning, Windsor Castle's burning down. And with the famine my fathers reached these shores. Yes, I am a Yankee Irishman. I live in the foothills of the green Laurel Mountains, in this proud land that once bore England's yoke. Windsor Castle's burning, Windsor Castle's burning, Windsor Castle's burning down. Is it not time for all men of good conscience to set all of their fiefdoms free? And tell me, how long will the red sword of Cromwell be wielded over Ireland? On the outskirts of Dublin, where they say the leprechauns still can be found, counting their gold and carving shillelaghs and brewing the best Irish whiskey around. Tree branches fiddle, and owls play bagpipes, the old crone strums on her emerald harp. Trolls dance a jig on the head of a mushroom, and lassies warm cheeks by the fire of the hearth. It's there that you might hear the ghost of St. Patrick tell tales of pirates and dragons he knew, and drink to the memory of Mary O'Reilly, the night that she slept in the fine Irish dew. You were a lad, and she's such a lady. The priest of St. Michael's said it was wrong. She stood in the heather, turned into an angel, and taught you to sing such a heavenly song. Hallelujah. There is an old field on the outskirts of Dublin, where they say the ghosts of the sailors still roam, laughing at jokes told by old Dr. Bowen, as the wind calls Ireland's children back home. Tree branches fiddle, and owls play bagpipes, and the old crone strums on her emerald harp. Trolls dance a jig on the head of a mushroom, and lassies warm cheeks by the fire of the hearth. There is an old field on the outskirts of Dublin, a field on the outskirts of old Dublin town. St. George's Strait is churning, Dungarvan light is turning, Druid stars are burning light years away. The foam and crests are spraying, blooms of beach grass waving, misty moons cascading in the tumbling waves. Walking these Celtic dunes, I feel like I have been marooned between the shadows of the moon and the sounding sea. Just like the surf washing across the shores, this life is lived and lost. I swear on the journey to heaven's gate, there must be a sea to cross, sea to cross. The north wind keeps a squalling, headland horn is calling, dragon's breath is crawling across Dungarvan Bay. The sloping beach is empty, waning night is lonely, sea is wild and holy side these thundering waves. out here on the sand, along the point here where I stand. The ocean reaches its salty hands toward the haloed moon. In the bracken beyond the shore, the ruins of an Ada stand. A stone angel ringed with leaning headstones looks seaward with praying hands, praying hands. Walking these Celtic dunes, I feel like I have been marooned between the shadows of the moon and the sounding sea. Just like the surf washing across the shores, this life is lived and loved. I swear on the journey to heaven's gate, there must be a sea to cross, sea to cross. Chauncey O'Grady caught a bullet this morn. An old Irishman dead in a cold field of stones, and his wife and his children and the townsfolk did weep. For Chauncey was a stout-hearted man who loved peace. Two black horses carried Chauncey cross froze Irish ground, and the pubs were all full on the Catholic side of Belfast town. And they say that an Englishman fired the gun as the soft Irish rain hides the orange British sun. Johnny comes marching home again, hurrah, hurrah. When Johnny comes marching home again, hurrah, hurrah. We'll show him the names upon the wall to prove we haven't forgotten them all. And we'll all wave the banner when Johnny comes marching home. With guns and drums and drums and guns, hurroo, hurroo. With guns and drums and drums and guns, hurroo, hurroo. Where are the legs on which you'd run when first you went to carry a gun? I fear your dancing days are done, Johnny, I hardly know ya. When Johnny comes marching home again, hurrah, hurrah. When Johnny comes marching home again, hurrah, hurrah. We'll show him the wars we fight in our streets and the innocent blood that's beneath our feet. And we'll all wave the banner when Johnny comes marching home. With guns and drums and drums and guns, hurroo, hurroo. With guns and drums and drums and guns, hurroo, hurroo. You haven't an arm, you haven't a leg, you're an eyeless, boneless, chickenless egg. You have to be put with a bowl of egg, Johnny, I hardly beg. When Johnny comes marching home again, hurrah, hurrah. When Johnny comes marching home again, hurrah, hurrah. Please don't let it take you by surprise, the dark sockets of his eyes, and we'll all wave the banner when Johnny comes marching home.
Kitty's hair was red and her home was Ireland. She came to America in 22. The world was sliding into a terrible depression. It took a part of Kitty, made her sing the blues. Elmer's family fled from Germany and Russia. They walked across Europe to escape the Tsar. Elmer's life was full of misery and trouble, till he heard Kitty singing in a steel town bar. She sang, "Come my Irish lads, and come my Irish lasses, let's run the field of heather and the hills so green. Let's run until we can't hear our poor mothers crying, the children leaving Ireland to search for dreams." Elmer married Kitty, they had 3 fine children. He worked the steel mills while the world fought wars. He developed a taste for whiskey and women. He abandoned Kitty when her health got poor. Shirley Marie was Kitty's eldest daughter. She watched in horror as her mother grew insane, and left her to raise her brother and her sister, just a little girl in a world of pain. She sang, "Come my Irish lads, and come my Irish lasses, let's run the field of heather and the hills so green. Let's run until we can't hear our poor mothers crying, the children leaving Ireland to search for dreams." Shirley got a job, and somehow they survived it. With a little Irish luck, she helped them all get through. When Kitty took her life by jumping off a trestle, she cried for days Irish steel town blues. She cried, "Come my Irish lads, and come my Irish lasses, let's run the field of heather and the hills so green. Let's run until we can't hear our poor mothers crying, their children leaving Ireland to search for dreams."
You're quite lovely and supple as the wind, and your beauty comes from the soul within, and you soothe me with that freckled Gaelic grin, and my arms are here to hold you, though they will not hold you down. And I'll offer you my love, but by that love you are not bound. Though I know my life has simply been a restless search for you. And that's true. Yes, that's true. Lassie, that's true. True. Times are hard, but time goes fast, and soon today's the past. But loving you has changed my life, like morning changes the night with its light, with its light, with its light. Shannon O'Malley was buried this morning. He was my best friend and he died without warning. The angels brought sunshine, we cried at his grave. We danced and we drank till 'twas no longer day. Oh, the road to my farmhouse seemed so long that night. Yes, the fog was so thick it turned black into white. I heard a soft singing far off in the dell. It sounded like Shannon, but I couldn't really tell. Singing, Michael, my friend, at your death we'll meet, and I'll have your pipe full and some whiskey so sweet. And I'll show you a stream where the fish always bite, and we'll find us two lassies to dance through the night. But till then you must promise to milk my old cow, for I died with 6 acres still left to be plowed. Please give a home to Leo, my cat, 'cause I'm sure he's wondering where old Shannon's at. And I'll guard your boat from the Celtic sea waves. I'll be out in the fields with your pitch in the hay. Live a good life, and I'll see you someday, my friend. It's been 40 years since that fateful night, and with old Shannon's help I lived such a good life. I drank with the wee people, danced with the elves, and I spied on the witches as they cast their spells. I swam with the mermaids in the Irish Sea, and I helped many neighbors who fell into need. But the doctors now say that I've not long to live, for this old Irish heart has no more to give. A soft rain's tapping on the window pane, and I think I hear Shannon calling my name, saying, Michael, my friend, so good to see you again. Louis was a Holstein cat. His face was black and white. He walked out of the woods one day and stole the heart of my wife. Louis was a Holstein cat. Louis was a Holstein cat who stole the heart of my wife. Louis loved to sleep with Sandy, purr and lick her neck. He guarded his brother Leo, making gifts of the birds he'd catch. Louis was a Holstein cat. Louis was a Holstein cat who stole the heart of my wife. Louis loved a winter's fire and sleeping all day long. We both cried when Louis died, sad that our friend passed on. Louis was a Holstein cat. Louis was a Holstein cat who stole the heart of my wife. Louis was a Holstein cat. phantoms of mist in the rain, wind blown down the cobblestone lane as the wrought iron gate is rattling like a dead man's chains. As the rusted iron gate is rattling like a dead man's chains. She's lying, pale as Anna Grace, in a cold sweat beneath wool and lace. The hearth fire is low, and I'm wondering, is this the warning hour? Hearth fire burning low, and I'm wondering, is this the warning hour? And if the bower coach comes, we'll hear the rattle of wheels on the roof and the cracking of the whip, and the sound of hooves, ghostly hooves, trampling hooves. And if the coachman calls, yes, if the coachman calls in his cold voice, she'll be gone, gone by the morning. Below, out across the hills comes a wailing, forlorn and shrill. Oh, it's the dead of night, and the banshee is at the door. Ooh, it's the dead of night, and the banshee is at the door. Cried out at the sea, you've taken so many sailors, return my husband to me. The ocean just laughed and tossed up a wave, white caps instead of crosses, marking the watery graves. When he sailed out that morning, the sky was so clear, the weather report from Wicklow promised no storm clouds near. But the wind like a pirate ship blew from the north, loading its cannon silently, blasting out gale force. Her husband sailed the Irish Sea out of Dublin Bay. Captain Scanlon was a fisherman from his birth to dying day. Salmon caught in lobster pots and storms that'll make the devil pray. A mermaid was swimming, she heard his wife's plea and saw Captain Scanlon's boat being torn apart by the sea. He slipped underwater, she grabbed his hand and sang to him as they rode the waves safely to Irish sand. She kissed his lips and gave him new life. She had stolen his soul from the ocean, touched by the tears of his wife. The morning brought rain and a knock at the door. A boy said that Captain Scanlon had been found alive on the shore. Captain Scanlon sails the Irish Sea out of Dublin Bay, 'cause Scanlon's all a fisherman from birth to dying day. Salmon caught in lobster pots and storms that'll make the devil pray. She thanked the saints and fell to her knees. But the captain would later tell her a mermaid had answered her plea. Lady, 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 lady,
Mama said your youth, girl, will sail on by. Years such pain and wisdom in an old woman's eyes. So take tea with Mrs. Kitty Cat, climb trees with Mrs. Squirrel, sing lullabies with Mrs. Owl, braid Mr. Lion's curls before your childhood ends. Don't let the old man tell you there's just one way to play a tune. You can fiddle with the gray cat and jump over the moon. You might want to raise a family, you might want to live alone. You won't need a man to make a happy home when your childhood ends. Yes, Mama said your youth, girl, will sail on by. Years such pain and wisdom in an old woman's eyes. So make friends with a dragon, let her teach you how to fly. I hope to see you grow into a woman before I die, after your childhood ends.
O'Donnell was a good Irish Jack, a happy rogue who would give you the shirt off his back. And wherever he was, there'd be a jug and a song. Yeah, the world's gotten quiet now that Connor has gone. And he walked with a swagger jutting out his chin. He'd cock his head and look at you, then wink as he'd grin. He hoped he weren't feeling ornery for good St. Peter's sake. The night of Connor O'Donnell's wake. The night of Connor O'Donnell's wake. Rosie and Clarence stopped in from the hills with some good Mountain Dew from their Cork counter still. And broad-shouldered Rusty, scratching in his goatee, said the only lad to best Connor was me. Young Irene in the corner, weeping into her hands, told me Connor had promised her a wedding band, but she'd known full well he'd find a way to escape. The night of Connor O'Donnell's wake. The night of Connor O'Donnell's wake. Soft-spoken Richard and Uncle Charlie talking with Limping Bill the peddler man. It seems once he and Connor, working for Mrs. Morgan, had a morning they would not forget. They were out by the barn, fixing the wheel on the wagon, when across the fields they saw St. Bridget. And good cheer and merriment they were had by all, and the gathering remained till the hours were small. And the fiddler put the dancers through the waltz and the jig, and 2 full kegs of stout the crowd managed to swig. The good people must have been in the rafters that night, 'cause there weren't any cussing, there weren't even a fight. And we all wished Connor well on his way to Heaven's Gate. The night of Connor O'Donnell's wake. The night of Connor O'Donnell's wake. The night of Connor O'Donnell's wake. Amen, my old friend.
This next song is for any fishermen or fisherwomen on the audience, and this came back from a fishing trip with my buddy Dave. Sing this with Dave, and there's a gentleman out in the audience who taught me how to fly fish. And Robert Henderson, this song's for you here. Robert, if the fish aren't biting, you can always catch shamrocks. Oh, yeah, in the black bag.
Did you hear that? Well, it was nothing.
When you're fishing for shamrocks, you gotta paint your face dark green. So grab your favorite fishing pole and let's sneak down to the stream. Dig apart the gold and tie it onto the hook. Sprinkle it with luck and cast it out into the brook. When you're fishing for shamrocks, you turn your shoulder to the moon. You ladle salt upon your heels with the long-handled wooden spoon. And never sit you down beside a willow tree, or you might have the dreams that the pixies make you see. When you're fishing for shamrocks, you gotta have a harp and pipe. The leprechauns say that the magic makes the shamrocks bite. When you're fishing for shamrocks, your troubles just wander away. The water sprites singing, are you going shamrock fishing today? When you're fishing for shamrocks, when you're fishing for shamrocks. Girl and her grandpa down by the river, casting out worms, hoping to catch a catfish or maybe catch a bass or two. watching the barges go through the locks as the sun burns the morning haze blue. Girl and her grandpa down by the river, talking about life and all the people you meet and the love that can come to you. Watching the crayfish slide over the rocks as the birds sing of dreams that come true.
And this is Starley Bowen with Ireland Was in His Heart.
I have a photograph of my grandfather wearing Irish wool, leaning against an unmasoned stone wall on a blustery day. And his red cheeks and upturned collar say the wind was cool as he smiles at me across 30 years from Bantry Bay. And someday I shall stand there upon that grassy bluff above the Bantry grey and rough. Ireland was in his heart. Ireland was in his heart. And he had a lilting brogue, such a laughing lilting brogue, a bonnet talking rogue was he. I have a walking map of the southern counties of Ireland, creased and weather-stained from years of use under fickle skies. Across its face are notes written in my grandfather's hand, a chronicle of his journeys across the open countryside. Always time to tarry, always time to stray, always time to share the day. Ireland was in his heart. Ireland was in his heart. And he loved the Highland roads, where the stands of hemlock grow, where the hemlocks grow so green, so green. Whoa, Ireland was in his heart. Ireland was in his heart. Never knew a better man than that grand old Irishman, that good old man from Bantry Bay. I have a photograph of my grandfather wearing Irish wool.
Pittsburgh has several beautiful Irish Catholic churches. St. Mary Magdalene's in Homestead is wonderful with its Celtic crosses.
In those days, every group had their own church. The Slovak church was St. Anne's. People who came from Poland almost exclusively went to St. Michael's. But St. Mary Magdalene's was made up almost entirely of people whose ancestors or they themselves had come from Ireland. It was strictly an Irish parish.
Lighthouse wreathed in morning mist, it's a pastel dawn that's breaking, and the gulls they soar like kites on strings, and above the surf they are laughing. In the salt spray rain, in the salt spray rain, the white sails of the fishing boats disappear as they leave the harbor. The rigging creaks, the prow bites deep, the wind blows the canvas.
St. Patrick's Irish Catholic Church in the Strip District is one of the most beautiful churches in the world.
All is a calm. And I look at you, and you look at me. I am the sky, and you are the sea. And I reach for you, and you reach for me. I am the sky, and you are the sea.
St. Patrick used a shamrock to explain the Holy Trinity, and he banished all snakes from Ireland. The capital of Ireland is Dublin. Dublin is Ireland's largest port and major exporter. Dublin's most famous business is the Guinness Brewery, founded in 1759. Guinness is one of Ireland's largest employers and exporters. Other major cities of Ireland are Cork, Limerick, Galway, and Waterford. The official language of Ireland is Irish, often called Gaelic. The second official language is English. Ireland has no official religion, but about 96% of the people are Roman Catholic. St. Patrick was born in Britain and taken to Ireland by pirates. He converted the people of Ireland to Christianity. The Holy Stairs represent the 28 steps between Christ and Pilate when Pilate condemned Christ to death. You must go up the stairs on your knees. The original stairs are in Rome.
In the morning sun, and I look at you, and you look at me. I am the sky.
Uniquely Irish to the church is the Irish Round Tower. This tower has spirits that dance on the ceiling, and it contains a piece of the Blarney Stone. The Blarney Stone transmits the gift of eloquence to those who kiss it. The most eloquent Pittsburgher, Raymond McAuliffe, kisses the Blarney Stone. The Blarney Stone is the block that has the Latin inscription of the builder's name and date.
Across the pier of weathered gray, the tow lines and moorings creak. The tide rolls, the tall masts sway. Huddled behind the seawall, garrets behind the seawall, slanted eaves of slate, windows lamp lit too late, where mariners' tales are told. Have you seen the rustic harbors of the Emerald Isle? Have you seen the rustic harbors of the Emerald Isle? The Emerald Isle. Can you hear the reapers sing? Walking slowly through the field, sickles flashing as they swing, harvesting the body's yield. Cottages down valley, lined along the valley, thatched roofs in the sun, and the chimney smoke's begun to trail above the trees. Have you seen the golden hillsides of the Emerald Isle? Have you seen the golden hillsides of the Emerald Isle? The Emerald Isle. St. Patrick's hills lies the Salton foam, Salton foam, Salton foam. Can you hear the crackling sea raging out beyond the break? The armadas in those deeps, laid low by storms and Francis Drake. Atop the cliffs, watchtowers have grown, watchtowers from the elder days, when the Vikings made their raids from red dragon prows. Have you seen the highland coastline of the Emerald Isle? Have you seen the highland coastline of the Emerald Isle? The Emerald Isle. Tell me, have you seen 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 Something in the night makes loneliness unbearable. Something in the night tells it some sort of parable. And it occurs to me, this is how it's supposed to be. And she leads me on down the river bank. Something about the night and the light of the moon on my woman's skin. Something about the night, the stars in the sky, her hair in the wind. And despite myself, I find she's brought me peace of mind. And she leads me on down the river bank. Shine down, moonlight on the water. Shine down, moonlight on your daughter. Yeah, she's lying here beside me in the tall grass. Oh, shine down, moonlight on my lover.
Keep Irish music alive in Pittsburgh with Echoes of Erin. Advertise your business, organization, or message right here on Echoes of Erin, WEDO. Call Diane Burns at 781-6368 or send your comments, requests, and donations to Echoes of Erin, 78 Grant Avenue, Pittsburgh, PA 15223.
Here beside me in the tall grass. Oh, just like
grass.
Thank you.